Thank you. We are all descendants of immigrants. Working with others to preserve immigrant history is my obsession. This is the story of a shared and passionate effort to save and restore a remarkable Vermont immigrant symbol. Madeline Kunin has described the Lost Mural as a Vermont treasure, a symbol of freedom over oppression and hope over despair for all immigrants. Our immigrant ancestors' stories need to be collected and remembered. Burlington's Jewish founders fled growing Russian persecution. By the 1880s, laws prohibited where they could freely live, travel, work, and worship. They were also prohibited from attending university and from many occupations. Lastly, they were subject to forced military conscription. My ancestors, Jacob and Toby Rosenberg, with 6 sons and their families, were some of the original Burlington Jewish community founders. They came from Lithuania in 1884, then part of Russia. By 1921, the Rosenberg family numbered over 40 people and were running small grocery stores in the old north end of Burlington. I had the privilege to trace some of my family roots in PechaKucha, Lithuania. My daughter and I journeyed back in time to find a familiar land with cows, horses, a river, and apple trees. The PechaKucha village reminds us that in coming to Burlington, our ancestors were searching to resettle in a small rural community similar to what they had left behind. Like your families, they had helped build houses of worship built of wood or brick, many with ornate carvings or painted designs in the communities they left behind and in their new home. This ark on the right is inside of this synagogue building. The ark is for the scrolls of the 5 books of Moses, the Torah, and is the last painted ark in Lithuania in 2007. The ark in the PechaKucha synagogue depicts the 12 tribes of Israel and vases and flowers in vivid colors. The painted ark is all that survives inside the synagogue building. Peddlers settled in Burlington, Vermont because of a flourishing economy with a huge lumber port where they could peddle their wares and trade with each other. Burlington's Jewish immigrants settled near their 3 synagogues among French Canadians, Germans, Irish, Italians in the old north end of Burlington. The Chi Synagogue on Hyde Street held the keys to a treasure, a large piece of Vermont immigrant art painted on the ceiling, located under the snow-covered slate of the east-facing building side roof. In 1910, an artist named Ben Zion Black painted a floor-to-ceiling mural remembering the painted synagogues he had seen in Eastern Europe, virtually all destroyed in earlier pogroms and later in the Holocaust. The mural is a time portal through which all of us can be transported as immigrants to remember the past and hope for the future. So the mural you'll see is at the top of that picture. Black was a commercial sign painter with a business on Burlington Center Street, specializing in gold leaf decorations. He was also a poet who produced volumes of poetry, a promoter of the Yiddish language and Yiddish culture, and a theater director and actor. The Chi Synagogue closed in 1939, and the building was sold. As a child in the 60s, I remember seeing the central portion of the mural in a carpet warehouse on Hyde Street. In 1986, when the building was converted into an apartment building, archival slides were taken of the mural, and I helped arrange for the mural to be secured and hidden behind a false wall. In 2010, international art and history experts determined that the Lost Mural was a treasure, an authentic remnant of a lost genre of painted synagogues located across Europe and destroyed in the Holocaust. In 2014, our conservator began to re-adhere the flaking paint to the plaster, pressing it against the plaster. With the help of a team of architects, engineers, riggers, and steelworkers, a temporary structure was built with a removable roof, allowing for the stabilization of the mural from the front and back, and to remove the slate roof and roof structure located above and behind the mural. After taking pictures of the rear of the mural with a miniature camera through drilled holes in the roof, the slate was removed to see the condition of the lath boards behind the plaster mural. The slates were numbered and lettered to be reinstalled later. An expert on plaster on lath was hired to apply a consolidant to the back of the mural. Steel workers fabricated the steel frame designed by the engineers in order to move the mural one time with no vibration of the mural's plaster within its new steel frame. Steel beams were installed at the mural's destination to support it. Extra padding and a floor brace were placed in front of the mural to limit vibration during the move. At its destination, building doors and windows were removed to install UV light protection, and windows and shades, thermostats and fans to regulate temperature and humidity, and a landing pad was built to receive the mural. On May 6, 2015, the removable roof of the temporary structure was lifted off. The riggers then attached rigging to the steel frame and lifted the mural, removing it from the building, with the mural and steel frame weighing 7,500 pounds, measuring 22 feet long and 12 feet high, floating in the air before being placed in a flatbed truck. The mural was then slowly transported 3/10 of a mile from Hyde Street to North Prospect Street to the Hasidic synagogue, where it was carefully removed from the truck and placed on the newly constructed landing pad. Special wheels were then attached to the steel frame to move the mural into the public lobby of its new home. Using pulley chains, the mural was raised to its original height of 11 feet off the ground, supported by ceiling suspension rods. Color testing revealed that the mural lost its original colors because coal dust transformed them. These colors are directly referenced in the biblical book of Numbers. Through this time portal, all immigrants are now invited into the tent of the tabernacle. Initial cleaning of the mural revealed its vibrant blue, red, and purple colors. The 10 Commandments emerged as red tablets supported by guardian lions with golden manes. Bright yellow sun rays shine as beacons of hope. Please visit and help us restore the true colors of the mural and create a collective immigrant educational initiative. Thank you.